Have you thought of a place where many beautiful and stunning type of scenery, delicious food, rich culture, and so much fun, enjoyable and relaxing entertainment? I have Switzerland, the heart of Europe, where is a great choice for traveling. It's a joyful and peaceful country with many beautiful scenes to see and visit. Its air is clean and fresh, making the people happy and the place to be more and more attractive. Every year, there are over millions of travelers who visit Switzerland. All this impress me a lot and make me think Switzerland is a great and magical country to visit because it's peaceful, attractive, and splendid. Switzerland is best described by showing an understanding of its geography, political, economy, cultural, and social environments. The geography of the country has had a significant impact on its way of the life. Switzerland is bordered by Germany in the north, Austria and Principality of Liechtenstein in the east, Italy in the south, France in the west. This represents many significant European cultures converging on Switzerland, the German-speaking region, the French and Italian. Switzerland has four national languages: French, German, Italian, and Romansh. English is not an official language, but it's used to bridge the divide.
Perhaps without ever having been here yourself, you just know where these pictures were taken. Switzerland. Our mountains rise out of the center of Europe as if you could just roll downhill to anywhere else in the continent. People come from everywhere to experience the magnificent landscape, trying in any way possible to take some of the beautiful scenery back home with them. Like this film crew from India, producing a high-budget Bollywood movie. The climactic sequence is set on a mountain in snow and ice. When the film is seen, Switzerland's image will again be reinforced in distant corners of the world. It's the same vision that immediately sweeps through your mind when you hear the name Switzerland, right? But who are we really? What is our unique identity, the Swissness as we call it, that makes us tick? Part of our identity involves some of the other things you immediately picture when you hear the name Switzerland. Small villages, beautiful lakes, our international banking industry, precision Swiss watches, our gourmet cheeses, and of course, rich Swiss chocolate. If these things shape your image, that's fine, but you'll discover now, Switzerland is more than chocolate and cheese. We think you'll see why, though visitors may come for Switzerland's natural beauty to begin with, that it's our history, our culture, and the unique Swissness into which this has evolved that makes folks want to come back again. For a visitor to understand this feeling of Swissness, you must realize that the small size of our country allows and encourages our unique culture. Just a few basic facts may help to put this in perspective. Switzerland has 7.5 million citizens living in 26 regions. These regions are known as cantons.
Two-thirds of Swiss population live in the plateau between the Lake Geneva and Lake Constance and 30% of the country's surface area. There are 450 people to every 1 square kilometer. This makes the country one of the most densely populated regions of Europe and a promising prospect of marketing product. The country that we know today took its final shape only in 1848. Before Switzerland is a nation shaped by result of its citizens. It's not an ethnic, linguistic, or religious entity. Since 1848, it has been a federal state, one of 23 in the world, the second oldest after the United States of America. Like the US, Switzerland's value the idea of federalism and sovereignty, which has ensured its historical survival.
Visitors say that we appear to be a modest people, but we do feel pride in our traditions and the positive attributes of our country and our contributions to the world. What would the world be without our famous Swiss cheese? We have good taste for sure. Ah, yes, the chocolate. This too might be symbolic of who we are. And the chocolate might reflect a little more of our character than you realize too. For it's said that if you give the Swiss a little time and let heat do the rest, then we melt and become softer on the outside too. This famous mountain, the Matterhorn, is a national metaphor, strong and imposing against the alpine sky. After Mount Everest, of course, what other mountain in the world is more recognized as a landmark of national identity? The first time you stand before the Matterhorn, you will understand, you will feel why it is so important to us. It represents those elements of Swissness involving strength and stability. We're a deeply rooted people, like our mountains, as permanent as the Matterhorn through time. And speaking of time, there is that other stereotype, the Swiss watch. Fine timepieces are an expression of our reputation for careful detail and precision. They're also an historical marker in Switzerland's transition from an agricultural country to a modern state. Today, Switzerland is among the world's technological leaders in research and development of precision tools. Precise, dependable, punctual. These are words that are commonly used to describe us. After all, we have had over 700 years to develop into a modern state and earn our reputation as a smoothly ticking nation, if you'll pardon the comparison. And we continue striving to maintain this. Perhaps you've even carried an example of this cutting-edge attention to detail around in your pocket in the form of a Swiss Army knife. Would you believe this? Switzerland has produced 113 Nobel Prize winners in spite of our small population. We have not been blessed with natural resources like oil, metals, and gold. We've had to learn to make the best of what we have and the challenges this presented.
We picked Switzerland because it's an European country that strikes a sense of curiosity. Before the research, we know about Switzerland as the place where wealthy people around the world bank their money. We learn from the macroeconomic data that, as reflected in the steady rise of its economic freedom over the 19 years, it has been graded. Switzerland's strong competitiveness is built on flexibility and openness. As far as the healthcare system goes, the Swiss citizens buy insurance for themselves. There are no employer sponsored, or government-run insurance program. Hence, insurance prices are transparent to the beneficiary. The government defines the minimum benefits package that qualifies for the mandate. For factors affecting the life expectancy, both preventive measure as well as therapeutic practice played equal roles. In addition, genetics has also played a big role. Nearly in all population of the world, women tend to live longer than men, and this also true for Switzerland. The reason for this is not known. In factors contributing to longer life expectancy, we believe the access to a broad range of modern medical service is the main one. We hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you for listening.